It's time for today's travel and cruise industry news. With the latest from travel and cruises around the world, here's your host, Chillie Falls.
Hey, good morning. Welcome to Travel and Cruise Industry News on this, the 22nd day of November, 2021. We're going to have a busy morning this morning. But first, today is National Cranberry Relish Day. Of course, it's Thanksgiving week. I'm not a big fan of cranberry relish, but it's National Cranberry Relish Day. There are a few ships sailing today from, excuse me, my voice went. From Port Canaveral, we've got Independence of the Seas, Disney Dream, and Carnival Elation. Down in Fort Lauderdale, the Celebrity Silhouette sails. Over in Miami, Freedom of the Seas, Disney Magic Celebrity Summit. Up in Tampa, Serenade of the Seas, Celebrity Constellation. Then over to Galveston, we've got Adventure of the Seas, Carnival Breeze. And out in San Francisco, the Ruby Princess is going to sail today. So, headlines for today before we get to some special features. The headlines are the Norwegian Joy sailed this weekend. That was a big important one. And the new Staten Dam sailed from Port Everglades this weekend. We had a busy week in Jamaica. All that and more after we get through some of the neat stuff today. We've got Katie from the Oasis of the Seas. We've got some stuff from Elizabeth on location. We've got stuff from John, who's on the Epic. He's over there near Cannes, France. And we've got some stuff from Hot Air Tom on the Gem. But first, I'm going to bring our buddy Katie in. Katie, how you doing?
Oh, great. Having a great time.
All right, you are at CocoCay today.
Yes, I haven't gotten off yet, but it's beautiful here.
Okay. All right, I'm going to share some pictures that you posted. You put up some pictures from your cabin that we can chat about here as we go through those. And I guess dinner last night, and then a couple pictures here at CocoCay this morning. This was I found out that you were in a junior suite.
Yes, yeah.
That's pretty fancy.
Yes, first time for anything like that for me. So, yeah.
Okay. Now, I've never been in a suite. I've never stayed
I
in
haven't
one.
either.
So this is some new ground for me. But that's just lovely, sweet.
Yeah, it's the bottom of the suites, but still, it's very nice. So,
And a big
we
closet
had
too.
a big, walk-in closet.
Yeah.
Got 2 bathrooms.
Okay.
And that's
A
the bathtub. Yeah.
Wow. I've never had a tub on a cruise either. I know John has a tub on the Epic this time. You've got a tub. I'm missing out, I guess. Of course,
getting in may be a challenge.
yeah, that's true. That's absolutely true. Let's see. Oh, I did that one. There's this one. The sink there in the bathroom. That's the sweetest. It's gorgeous. That really is.
Yeah.
Wow. So, how did everything go with embarkation yesterday?
Well, it wasn't bad. We were on board within, I'd say, a half an hour. So we parked because I drove. We parked in a parking garage, and then they had a shuttle, took us to the port, and then dropped off our bags. Then we were waiting in some lines outside. They had people sectioned off in the time that they had to get on, and we had a 2:00, between 2 and 2:30, and then when we got to the door, we had to show our vaccine card and our paper that said that we had a negative COVID test. And then once we got in, they checked us again and to show our boarding pass, and either paper or on your phone. And then we got these lovely little wristbands that say we're vaccinated, and we have to wear them. We can't take them off.
Yeah.
So, so, and then, so we were on probably by 2:30.
Okay.
So yeah, it was good, and I found out today that the ship is at 75% capacity.
Oh, wow. That's
So
better than just 12.
there are 4,000 people on this ship.
Yeah. A little bubbly in the room, I see.
Yes, that was waiting for us. I think that came from our travel agent.
Okay.
Anyway, that's our balcony. We got
Yeah.
two lounge chairs, and we have 2 chairs and a table.
Very nice.
So, yeah.
All right. Now, was that from,
That's from
what
last
is
night.
that? That's last
That
night.
is a pear and blueberry cobbler with vanilla ice cream.
Okay.
It was very good. And I decided to try the vegetarian option, and that was polenta with vegetables. And I got it because I wasn't all that hungry, and it was really good. I was surprised, but it was very good.
And that, of course, is today at CocoCay.
Yes, we're docked there right now, so that was out my balcony.
All right, and you're planning on getting off the ship to go ashore?
To go for a swim. Yeah, to go for a swim.
Okay, very nice.
Yeah.
All right, Katie. Well, listen, I got a full show this morning, so I'll let you go. But boy, I do so appreciate this. This is great. Keep catching us up on Oasis of the Seas, and that's our own Katie Kendrick down there in CocoCay. Thanks, Katie.
All right. Thanks, Chillie.
See you later.
Bye.
All right. That was Katie. Now, let's see what we got. First and foremost, folks, we've got from Elizabeth. Nobody got the port yesterday. So I'm going to still use the same port from yesterday. You guys didn't name the correct port. So that's up again. And while I'm here, from John on the Epic, he says he's highly upset. This was the first day they got nice chocolate-covered strawberries. Then the second day, they got smaller, and including one yucky maraschino cherry. And then the third time around, it's down to 2 cherries and 2 little pieces of toast. And he says, "The hell, are they having a cherry shortage, or what's going on with that?" Well, I don't know what's going on with that. But that was from the Epic. Of course, we had John on with the Cruise Amigos yesterday from the Epic. Now, here's the next thing we're going to try. I'm not sure. This is no pic Tom, so no picture Tom today. I'm going to try bringing Hot Air Tom in. Hot Air Tom, can you hear me?
I can. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you fine. But you're not going to be able to. Can you see the pictures?
Yeah, I have the YouTube on I have a dual monitor, so I got the YouTube on the other channel.
So,
the other monitor.
All right, now I have to tell you a little story about this first picture. Now, folks, I'm going back. This is before he got on the gym. If you recall, I didn't have time to get his pictures up from his visit to the Rockettes. But I have them loaded today because I saw these and it brought back some really neat memories of when I was like 10 years old, the first time I went to Radio City Music Hall. And the first thing that I just was in awe about was the organ that comes out of the wall. Well, they still have the organ, and I don't know, that it can't be the same organist that was there, because I'm going back 60 years ago. So, but I'm sure it's a different one. But anyway, the organ's still there. And then the other thing that just fascinated me as a kid.
There's one on the left and one on the right.
Yeah. The other thing that fascinated me as a kid was the orchestra coming up out of the floor. It was on like an elevator, and it came right up. Do they still do it that way, Tom?
Yes, that amazed me too. I had a second row seat, so you can see the one head in front of me, and that was it.
Yeah.
But towards the end of the show, they not only come up, but it scoots across the rest of the stage and goes to the back, and then the performers are in front.
Yeah, man, that's a product, folks. If you ever go to New York City, or if it's your first visit to New York City, go to Radio City Music Hall and see that. I mean, it's just a wonder to me. It always was, and I still love it. And of course, they got the girls. Now, I mean, I didn't pay any attention to the women, but there's a bunch of them on stage too. Now, Tom, I'm sure you ignored the women just as much as I did as a 10-year-old lad.
Yeah.
And Cindy is probably close by with a bass to hit you over the head.
Cindy's in bed with the curtains around the bed. She's not feeling so good.
Oh, sorry. Okay, so I won't make fun of Cindy today. I hope she feels better. That's terrible.
Thank you.
And that's the girls that they're getting ready to do the infamous kicking.
Trying to get a picture with her leg up was difficult. This was one of many that I took. I actually came out.
Man, now they did not have, when I was there, 155 years ago, they did not have that kind of like the electronics on the screen that shows there. That's new from when I was there. But that's still, man, that's a fabulous show. This is obviously what their Christmas Christmas enclave or something.
Yes. Okay. The whole show was their Christmas fantastic, and it was a great show.
Now we got another one with the girls kicking. Now there's an interesting. I'll share with you guys before I get to dinner, which I'm going to share some pictures that Tom had from dinner. Do you know how they pick Rockettes? How the tryout for the Rockettes? Do you know what the main criteria is to be picked to be one of the girls?
Height?
No, that's what the first thing I said. It's the height of their boobs. The boobs are always an equidistant from the floor. It doesn't matter if the girls are taller or shorter, as long as their boobs, and whatever that height is, the lines are always, you can take a straight line straight across all those boobs. I hate to be, gross about this, folks, but that's the way they pick Rockettes. And that's been from back, 150 years ago. That's the way they picked them. And they still, to this day, they pick them by the height of the ladies' boobs. So, and that's a true story.
Do you have the picture? Tom. Do you have the picture with the bus? That bus was really cool.
No, I don't have that one.
They were dancing around this bus in one of the scenes. And the bus was moving and going around in circles, and it was the same as basically the orchestra. The way the thing was moving around, it was, and
let me see. I might be able to grab that one real quick, Tom. Let me see if I can find it without going just totally dead air. No. Is that it?
Okay.
No. Maybe. Let's try.
There was a number of them with the bus pointing in different directions that I had I think set along just.
Okay, let's see.
And the stage has one of the usual big round turntables. So, the bus moved on the turntable, and then the turntable would, move it around. So you had different positions. But at the end, it actually just moved off stage as the same way the orchestra moved around. It's pretty cool.
All right, now let's All right. Now I just grab. I'm not even sure that that's the right picture. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, that's like the Gray Line bus there, and
Okay. Yeah.
so they're dancing around it. But then the Rockettes all get on the bus, and there's two levels of Rockettes that are singing it at some point, and the bus ends up moving around. It's just not like a fixed static piece of decoration on that stage. It's cool.
Okay. Here we go. I found another
And
one. So let me download
at
that
one
real
point,
quick.
at one point, the bus is there, and the tire, you can see the tires turning, but it's not physically moving. But the background is moving, and you got like it's doing a tour of New York, of Manhattan. Just the graphics in the background make it really a fun part of the play to see.
Okay. Now I grabbed a couple more. That's the girls on the bus, and one of it head on. All right, that's fabulous. Okay, so now let me get back up here where I was. I got to go find the dinner now. There we go. You had you met up with some friends from TWB, right?
Yes, and that is Sharon and Kevin Chapman, which Bruce has been promoting Kevin's books. He's a author, and his fifth of a series of books is coming out this week. It's based on two New York Police Department detectives. Okay. And the third book was based on a cruise ship going from Bayonne to Bermuda. And there was a murder involved, and detectives and their girlfriends were on the ship for just a vacation, and they got involved in trying to solve the murder. It was quite interesting. It was Colossus of the Seas.
Okay,
so, sort of a fake ship, but of the seas gives us a clue of what they're thinking.
All right, so we got a plug in for an author today, right here on Chillie's Cruises. That's awesome, Tom.
And you can see the plug Sharon has for the Bruce stock market. Her sweatshirt is the Bruce Bagels. And there we have Kirk.
Oh, yeah, I see that now. All right, that was everybody. And okay, this one should have come first. I'm sorry.
And we're at Carmine's Italian restaurant that's between 7th and 8th Avenue in Manhattan on 44th Street. And that is Kirk Brunson and his son Samuel and his wife Robin. Okay. And Kirk's been a TWB, and he goes to a number of the other cruise YouTubers. And we had met in 2019 when Cindy and I had cruised on the Gem around Thanksgiving also. So he was happy to, he lives in Brooklyn. Yeah. And they came over to join us.
All right. Nice picture. Nice dinner. That's awesome, Tom. All right. I do appreciate you popping in here today to give us a little dialogue on the Rockettes and your dinner there. And your, by the way, I did do some checking on the two things. One, on the Encore getting screwed up in the Panama Canal. There is no official word from Norwegian, but everybody says that Encore screwed up, and then by Encore screwing up and having to get things straightened out, they missed their appointed time.
Yes, yeah, that's...
The Gem cancellation of Charleston is a puzzler.
It sounds like cool.
Charleston.
Huh? Can I talk? The concierge said this morning that apparently the area there is having a high COVID problem, and the CDC was involved in recommending that it not accept any cruise ships at the moment.
Well, I tried the CDC. I could get nothing from them. And the only thing I could get from Charleston was that Norwegian's giving them that line that port availability. Now, that might be because of COVID, but that's a very unofficial way of saying we're not going there. But I could not find anything because actually Charleston is busy as hell because they're taking in a ton of containers trying to help get the supply chain get caught back up. So the port itself is busy as crap right now. So I'm really surprised that they did that because
I mean, we're going to see a lot of container trucks coming up and down I-95.
You very well could see plenty of container trucks, Tom. That's very possible because they've been really, really busy. So anyway, I did look into both of those things, and I really couldn't come up with what I considered to be decent answers to either one of them. But
so I got some cruise information. If you can give me a few minutes,
okay.
So just using the Cruise Next on Norwegian, they give you a deal where they'll bump you up 2 of the metas in the same category when you book on the ship. So I booked 4 cruises yesterday.
Okay.
And did Ocean View. So the goal was to get to the OA Ocean View, which has the picture window. And so the pricing would have been 2 levels below. So depending on the cruise, it saved you anywhere from like $100 to $300 on that deal. And then the next step was to call the World Points rep to use my points. And it's 30,000 points for a cruise to upgrade it from an ocean view to a balcony. So we completed that this morning on all 4 cruises, and I was able to get the same room on the 2 Sky back-to-back cruises in September. These are all 2024, and the pricing stayed the same. So basically, I got a balcony for the price of a lower level ocean view and 30,000 points. Nice. And it's interesting. They say the way it's worded, it's I think 6 days and over. But there's no change between a 7-day cruise, a 14-day cruise, a 16-day cruise. It's all 30,000 points. So, and the one cruise is an escape transatlantic from New York to Civitavecchia, and that's 16 days. I figure I got a good deal there compared to having the back-to-back, which was 2 different cruises, and that's 10 and 11, so that's 21 days. So it's a little longer, but I felt good. The only funny thing was when the gentleman in Cruise Next booked these, I got a temporary confirmation email, and then he said, I guess somebody in the home office actually applies the discount, and it shows in the codes the top of your confirmation that it was OK-OA booking, and then the cabin number. So there's a trail to know where you started with and where the pricing came from.
Okay.
And when we were doing the World Points, everything worked. We started at the end with the back-to-back to deal with the rooms, and then worked earlier. So the escape was in April, and then we got to the Jade, and she's looking at information that's completely different. And I had just an hour before paid the $250 deposit on all 4 of them so that they would be ready to go. And we get to the Jade one. She has a different cabin number and the original OK level, not the OA, which was different than what I just got a confirmation an hour before. So I don't know what happened there, but we ended up getting a balcony room booked, and it was acceptable. So I just need to pull the confirmations from the before and after and make sure the pricing is the same, that they didn't sneak anything in on that one. But just to give you everybody an idea what you can do when you're on the cruise. So I'm glad I waited and used all the tools available.
Yeah, to get a good deal.
Yeah.
Excellent. All right, Tom. Thank you. Have a great day. I know you're going to Port Canaveral now sometime tomorrow, don't you?
Yeah, we should be there around 1 tomorrow, and we're staying overnight.
Okay.
And I did some shuffling right before the show, and we are. I'm going to be doing a Daytona Beach raceway
Oh,
excursion on the second day. So they bus you up there, and you get out on the speedway and get to see it firsthand. So that sounded interesting.
oh yeah.
And I'm just
Yeah.
doing a pontoon boat on the Banana River tomorrow.
Okay. Just
And
when you're at Daytona, Tom, don't go down and try to get around turns 1 and 2 because you'll actually fall off the bank. That's
yeah, I
banked
heard
so
their bank pretty good.
steeply.
And I asked the excursion guy if we actually get a race car that we get to drive around the track, and he said no. And I said, well, how about a Tesla? That'd be really quiet, and nobody'd hear us then. It's just like, but,
Yeah.
goodbye, everybody. I enjoyed talking with you.
All right, Tom. Thanks so much. We'll get check back with you. All right. That's hot air, Tom, from on board the Norwegian Gem. Missed out on going to Charleston today, going into Port Canaveral tomorrow. I'm sure we'll have some stuff from him on Daytona. That's fabulous. All right. In the news this morning, folks, there were 2 ships that sailed this weekend that were significant reopening sailings, I guess is the best way to put it. The Norwegian Joy resumed operations down in Miami. It becomes the 9th ship in the Norwegian fleet to restart, and it's now sailing a series of 7-day round-trip Western Caribbean cruises calling on Roatan, Costamaya, Cozumel, and Harvest Key. The other significant departure this weekend was from Holland America, New Statendam, sailed from Port Everglades, Fort Lauderdale. That ship marks the 5th Holland America vessel to re-enter service, joining Rotterdam, Koningsdam, Uredam, and New Amsterdam. New Statendam sets sail on a 7-day Western Caribbean itinerary that will visit Nassau, Ocho Rios, in Jamaica, Half Moon Cay, the private island for Holland America. So those were 2 significant sailings this weekend in the restart. This was also the first really good week for Jamaica. Finally, they had 6 ships that landed in Jamaica this week. 4 ships docked in Ocho Rios, 2 ships in Falmouth. In the coming weeks, more and more vessels are expected to dock in one of 5 cruise ports now in Jamaica, with around 75,000 cruise visitors scheduled between now and the end of the year. So that's good news for Jamaica's recovery. All right, let's go back over here real quickly and put up the port to see if anyone can guess the port that we have on here. And let's see, did I get all the pictures? I did Katie's, I did John's strawberries. You know what? I wonder why John, I never heard from John this morning, back again with the, after I sent him a link. Huh. Well, anyway, he must be working. Maybe I didn't send him a link. That's a possibility too. All right, let's go over and see who's in the chat room this morning. Oh, no, I know what I didn't do. I'm not going to the chat room yet. I got some pictures from Elizabeth. Where did they go? Elizabeth on location. Of course, she's on the beautiful Iona. P&O's Iona. This was interesting. All right, folks. Some of you may or may not know what that is, but that is landings along every stair landing on the whole ship, and every staircase have this kind of artwork on the wall. Blue, like this is, means that you are forward. If the artwork is gray or silver, it means that you're midship, and red means that you're aft. Wow. what a clever way for someone who gets turned around quickly. Just look in the stairway, and if you can remember, blue is forward, and red is aft, and silver's in the middle. That's pretty cool. So I like that one. And then there's, of course, they've got the getting the Christmas thing going on the Iona. Of course, that's in the atrium, one of the bars. That's looking down, if I'm not mistaken, on one of the restaurants. That might be the buffet, looking down on the buffet from the balcony above. And, of course, the atrium stairway. So it's getting real festive on board. Pianos, Iona, which Elizabeth is on location on the Iona now. And we're hoping tomorrow that will be able to get a decent signal from Portugal. She is in Lisbon tomorrow. And hopefully we'll have her on the show tomorrow. All right, so now let me go check and see who's fussing at me. Kenneth's with us. Hey, Kenneth, hope you got rid of that snow up there in Pennsylvania. Cindy's here. Hey, Cindy. Good morning, everybody. From Kenneth, my phone was printing good morning to someone else, I guess. Okay, I got you. Gretchen's with us. Hi, Gretchen. Cindy says, beautiful cabin. Yeah, Katie's cabin's lovely. That was really nice. Rally Creative Travels here. Good morning, y'all. Good to see you again. Glad you could stop in. There's Hot Air Tom is over in the chat room now. Says hello to everyone. That was probably before he came on and gave us a little dialogue from the pictures that I had loaded up. Nikki's with us. So good to see you, Katie. Nikki says. Hot Air Tom says, how about Costa Maya? Ding, 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 ding. Damn, Tom Air Tom gets another one. That is Costa Maya, folks. Hot Air Tom is really good at this. He's exactly, of course, I guess because he's been everywhere. But his memory's better than mine. I'll tell you that. Katie says, hi, guys, I'm back. Great pictures, Tom. Cindy says, love your pictures, Tom. Emily's here. Hey, Emily. Emily, you missed Katie this morning. So you're going to have to go back and watch the replay. Oh, she didn't get to see Hot Air was not on visually today. He was on audio-wise. And let's see. She sees Tom's note. Tom is the deal, man. Yes, he is. I tell you what, Jason, I got to get a hold of Jason now because he's getting 2024 booked up. He's getting way ahead of me and Jason now. I'm going to have to talk to Jason about that. We're going to start having to do some serious book. I'm doing some serious booking. But hell, I'm just booking on 22 yet. I haven't even started I have one cruise in 23. Tom's already got 4 and 24. Not telling how many 23. I've lost track of all that. Cindy says, thanks for the tips, Tom. Encore was also a first for the East Coast after its delayed repositioning. It left Miami Sunday. Yeah, it did sail on Sunday and is back now going. Emily says, get pics, Tom. We need pics from the banana boat. We need pics from Daytona. Maybe I'll share a story about Daytona one of these days. Cindy says, I love the tip about the world points. I have over 30,000, so that's a great tip. Yeah, the Hot Air Tom knows how to work the system, that's for sure. When are you on the pontoon? That would be tomorrow afternoon, Emily. Hot Air says we're now off the coast of North Carolina around Avon on the Outer Banks. Yeah, I checked your location this morning to see, how far along you had gotten. Hot Air says John is probably visiting the GM to find out what happened to his strawberries. Yeah, he was. He says it must be the shortage over there in Europe on strawberry shortage. Hot Air says, I wish all the elevators forward, mid, and aft had doors that pointed in the same direction, whether aft or forward. The Dawn and Jewel class ship have the forward and aft pointing aft, but the midpoint forward. I never pay attention to that. I probably do without thinking about it, because I always know that, if my cabin's to the left or the right, when I get off on my floor, I never really think about it that way. But yeah, that's probably another good thing to be aware of. You always get backwards when getting off the middle elevators. Katie has a nice cabin. Yeah, boy, those suites make a difference. They really do. I've never paid all that much extra money, and I never had the step up to be able to get one. I just don't. I go for cheaper and more cruises. Although I used to do balconies all the time. I've even gotten away from that now. Although I'm probably not quite 50-50, probably not a little less than 50-50 on balconies now. I do have, if I get the right deal, I'll certainly still book a balcony. But it's so much fun for me now just to be thinking in those terms and booking cruises and starting to check on things. I got my guy working on 5 today, hopefully. That I said, yesterday I booked 5 by mistake, which is about the truth. But hopefully, if the accessible cabins are available, I've got 5 more going in the pipeline. So, but we'll have to see. I haven't heard anything on them yet. Hot Air says, my laptop does not have a camera, which is why there is no picture. Might be good since we are using ship Wi-Fi. Okay. And Emily says, I'll definitely go back and watch Katie. Yeah, I was so glad we got to do that with Katie on Oasis of the Seas. The first time we've had anybody reporting from Oasis here since the restart, I think. But yeah, it was good to have Katie on. We'll be checking back in with her as we go through her cruise this week. Cindy, I've got 2024 booked already too. Just 1, 8 total from now until April 24. You guys are just way ahead of me. I'm picking up the pieces though. I'm picking up the scraps that you guys left behind. So I'm just going, I've set my criteria now. And I'll share this with you guys. When I sat down and figured out that by the time I actually cruise, I'm going to be just about 1 month shy of 2 full years. That either between the pandemic or my health or the oxygen, I haven't been able to cruise. The first 3 cruises I'm going on, which is 1 Royal Caribbean and 2 MSCs, are because they will take my oxygen and other cruise lines won't. So then after that, by March, everything opens up to other cruise lines as well. So I am starting to look at specifically a cruise that gives solos a break, because I'm solo only. And I try to avoid anybody that sticks you for 100%, which means that a lot of cruises I'm going to avoid, unless I can't find anything else to do in the time frame that I'm looking for. I'm going to try to avoid the 100% supplements. Plain and simple. You know, these cruise lines need to come around to our way of thinking, and especially post-pandemic, because there's a lot of folks now that are going to be added to the solo roles because they've lost their partner during the pandemic. I've talked to lots of new people in the solo sphere that's never been there before. So more of the cruise lines need to address that issue rather than just charging you double. And yes, I realize, folks, the way the cruise lines have always thought is you're renting the space, and they price the space for two people. All right, which that's fine for couples. Doesn't work so well with solos, because if they're renting the space for the same amount that they rent it to a couple, then the solo ends up paying double. So I'm trying to avoid that. So if I catch any kind of a deal for solos, that's the first thing I look for. The second thing I look for is a bargain. I'm really becoming a bargain basement shopper. The cheaper I can go, the better. And because that means I can go more. And that's what I'm aiming for. It's also, I'm trying to catch ships that I haven't been on. I don't care where I go. I don't really care that much about ports until I get to the point where I'm looking at some bucket list cruises, you know, some things that I want to knock out that I haven't done. But yeah, just to get caught up with my 2 years off, I'm totally going, I'm a bargain shopper. Solo bargain shopper. The cheaper I can go, the more cruises I can go on, the better. And folks, I hope to be able to, one of the prerequisites also in booking a cruise is that it's got a Wi-Fi that I can still do my show every day. I mean, it's obviously they're working holidays for me. These aren't just relaxing cruises for me. I work when I'm on a ship. I stay busy. And I got to see also then now how my health issues, how I'm going to do with what I do on cruise ships as well. So we'll see. But anyway, as a result, I hope to have some news maybe about tomorrow on some more cruises. And by the way, if any of you solo guys out there, and I know it's a controversial subject, take a look at MSC. They charge no supplement. So if it's if a balcony cabin is $500 per person for a couple, so it's $1,000 for that. A solo is $500. A solo balcony, it's the same, So, one of the things that on my list is the third of the MSCs. I've got the Seashore and the Divina booked this first time around. And one of the things that they're looking at today is to see if Meraviglia has a accessible cabin available. And I'll be all over that. So, because they're bargains, really bargains. Cindy says, I'll have to check for more 2024 cruises. Nikki says, and I thought I was hot stuff when I figured out the elevator signals. 1 ding means up, 2 dings means down. Yeah, that's true. And Gretchen laughs at that one. That was funny. Yep. Emily says, I need coffee. Chillie is not using his oxygen. How do you feel? I've been doing that now for about a week, Emily. It's right here behind me. If I get short of breath, I can have it back on shortly. But I am trying to spend more and more time not on it, simply because I'm going to have issues with airplanes and how much battery power I can take on planes. So I'm hoping as long as I'm sitting, that there's going to be longer and longer times that I don't have to have the oxygen. The main time I need oxygen is after I walk about 20 yards. At 20 yards, I'm gasping for breath. That's when I need the oxygen. I just can't walk. So, anyway, but that's neither here nor there. Hot Air says Chillie was taken off the O2 just while on air. Seems to be doing good. Yeah, so far I'm doing really good. I'm doing good. I feel terrific. Yeah, I still have the issues. Obviously, I go to PT today. I'll be plugged back into my oxygen. And of course, the other issue, there's not much way around that. But anyway, I feel terrific. I'm back. I'm going to be going on cruises. I'm going to be trying to live the rest of my life as much normally as I can and have fun with all you guys. So hopefully we'll all be on cruises sometime soon. I need to get Shelby with Shelby, and she was putting together maybe a group cruise for us, which would be nice. I want to check in with her on that one. So, all right, guys, that's going to wrap me up for today. I will be back same time, same channel for tomorrow. By the way, if you're new to this channel and if you haven't subscribed, let me invite you to subscribe and hit the little bell notification so you can keep up with the latest in cruise news, travel and cruise news, and what we do. All kinds of silliness here like we try to do every day. So here at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, Monday through Saturday, and then the Cruise Amigos at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Sundays. So if you haven't subscribed, please do. And always, we like the thumbs up. All right, that's going to wrap me up for today. I will see everybody tomorrow at 11 o'clock for Tuesday Travel and Cruise Industry News. We will not have a show on Thursday, folks. I am going to take the off for Thanksgiving. So no show on Thursday. I figure all you guys are going to be busy anyway. So that's it for today. I'll see everybody next time on Travel and Cruise Industry News. This is the old fat travel guy. Have a fabulous day. Later, y'all.
I regularly post videos on all facets of the travel and cruise industry. So if you like to keep up with the latest in cruise ships, ports of call, cruises themselves, Chillie chats, and travel and cruise industry news, just hit the little subscribe button in the lower right-hand corner, hit the bell notification so you'll be notified when a new video is up or we go live. This video was produced by Chillie's Cruises.